How's it going? Sure is freezing out here. -10 right now. Whiskey don't mind. There's a lot of confusion going on in the world today, right? And there's an uptick in a lot of people searching out self-help, life lesson stuff, right? Uptick in life coaching videos, content, which is all fine and well. I ain't walking through that. But, you know, I have a slight issue. It highlights, hold on. It highlights some of the stuff that's going on. And the problem is, I caution you, if you're one of these people looking into that stuff, right? Following that stuff, to understand that most of them, while they're giving out some nice, helpful information sometimes, we got to understand the ways of the world, okay? And a lot of them are going to mislead you, just like everything else, because they are missing and overlooking the one common denominator that leads to all of the problems in all of our lives. Right? And for instance, I mean, and you can't trust nobody anymore. Some of these channels, I was watching one, and the guy's giving relationship advice, talking not to get married, and how marriage has screwed his life up. Meanwhile, he's wearing a wedding ring, right? So he's a liar, cashing in. And that's what we have all over the place now. You can't trust nobody, you can't trust nothing. And everyone's lying to you to cash in. Over here, I'm not trying to gain nothing. A lot of this advice is stuff I do put. I guess a lot of times people click off maybe or whatever because they don't, it gets a little bit political. I don't try to get political, but that just, at the end of the day, it comes in and takes over. It affects everything, okay? You're not gonna self-help your life and get anything any better until you understand all of the restraints around you that are dictating your life and your choices, right? We can blame. We got to understand that before you can start. By all means, we all got to blame our choices on a lot of things, but before you can start doing that, you got to start understanding the rest of the shit around you so you can understand how to make those right choices. Anyway, wow, who cares, huh? It's freezing out here. Excuse the language. I'm trying to work on that. Anyways, so I don't know how long this video will be. Maybe I'll make an important point. But just one of the things I'm trying to point out on this channel is that common denominator that's missing, that they're not sharing with you. And as I've said time and time again, it's who we all are as people. What's going on with this world is because who we all are as people. And anyone having a life advice channel, a life coach channel, or any nonsense like that, they should be successful in the areas they're talking about, right? You don't take relationship advice from people who do not have successful marriages, period, right? You don't, right? What I'm getting at, look, as long as God's missing from the picture, nothing's going to be right. Okay, but now we're in a time where it's our job to warn the people that even when you do right, things are not going to get right as with the world around us. Okay, but it irks me. I see these channels popping up, getting all kinds of subscribers, all kinds of views, major stuff going on, right? And they're all out in the open. Of course, not like right now I'm out in negative 10 degrees for my dog, right? And bringing you guys with us. But I'm doing this because I have to. I was forced into this, right? And while my channel was doing this, I'm not saying I was the only one, right? When I was doing my vlogs this way and offering advice, I mean, I don't present it the best way. I don't say it the best way. Stuff like that, right? I don't have the best way of speaking or nothing. But I was already doing this stuff. Someone like me, I was forced into doing it this way. This ain't my preference. And because of this, it makes me a bit uncomfortable, so it's hard to stay focused and on track, right? But there's a lot of these channels you should stay away from. Maybe they mean well and all, but suddenly you got people giving you advice who don't understand that the first most important thing is to have your life in line and right with God, right? But we got all these channels and I'm seeing it now because it pops up. I wasn't even watching none of them. Suddenly they start popping up on my thing. Then I start doing research. Why am I not hitting algorithms? You know, why am I having such a hard time growing my channel and stuff like that, right? And, well, they're giving tips, what's going on, what works, right? They're tips, and they're training people to do their channel this way. Hey, prop your camera up and just start speaking into it out in the open or from your car and give them life advice. And their channels are growing. And they're growing greatly, right? And a lot of them, they think they have good advice. They think they sound intelligible. And for the most part, they kind of do. But they're missing a lot of important stuff. And when you really keep your eyes open and pay attention, you start to understand how things are going. There's a message they want out there and they will allow out there. And there's a message they do not want and will not allow, right? And you'll see that on how the channels are. Like I said, a lot of these channels popped up were nowhere around when I was, or they was running a completely different setup, right? Now suddenly they start doing this for the views, to sell their books, this and that. And I'm just telling you to use discernment, okay? If their message isn't in line with what God says, and I mean, I'm not saying that they have to come on here telling you, oh, you need to go to church every day and this and that, right? But their message should be right. You cannot take life advice from people who only think they know how life should be, but didn't want to take the time to really, truly figure out what was going on, right? They say, oh, my life's here. I don't like where it's at. I made mistakes. And they say, here's where I made mistakes. Getting married and all this and that, right? I'm not saying that they had a perfect marriage or nothing, but I'm saying on both sides, it ain't taught right. We're not taught how important it is. And now you got life coach people. You know, it's wrong. We're supposed to be teaching the younger people, especially I'm seeing people with channels that are from my age range, right? It's wrong. And you're not teaching the young people, right? We're never gonna have, no one's life is gonna be meaningful or nothing else until we start getting to the core of what's going on. And I'm just saying it irritates me, okay? I've put a lot of work into my channel, right? Just as many others. I know there's many others facing these kinds of things, but now you got these people pop up out of nowhere getting tons of views. I mean, by all means, comment on my channel. How would you need me to make this more pleasurable for you, to keep you from running over to these people who are poisoning your minds? They don't, a lot of them are more well-intentioned. They think they're giving you great advice. And I'm not saying they ain't dropping some good stuff here and there, right? But their core message, they're missing the core principle, the core value, right? Oh, well, I'll give you my experience from my horrible marriage. And I'm not saying, I can do the same, right? But what was the core thing? At the end of the day, neither you or the partner were doing this in line with God. And maybe intentionally, maybe not. Maybe it's just the way you were raised wrong, right? Anyways, there's something else we're trying to get this set up. We'll see where things go. We got some other points to make, but we'll make them in a different video. We've been out here long enough. I just want to tell you, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Whiskey and I, we appreciate it very much. We need your help growing this channel. And, by all means, watch whatever is enjoyable to you, whatever you think you're getting the best information from. But always use discernment. Use discernment. If their message isn't, at the end of the day, leading you back to God, or showing you how the problems on one way or another were because of the absence of God, then they don't know what they're talking about, right? Let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep all of his commandments, for that is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.